Hi everyone, Steve Bures here, live from the CFA National Convention. Lucky enough to catch up with David Druker, chair of the board and president of the UPS store. He's a busy man, so we're lucky to get a few minutes of his time. David, how are you doing? And welcome to Montreal.
Well, you're welcome to Montreal. I live here, you forget. I was telling people, I feel for it. There was a bit of a snowstorm, and it took me like an extra 10 minutes to get downtown. I feel for everyone that had to travel. But seriously, thank you very much. And, I could not say no to you guys. I love you guys. What you've done for the franchising industry and the franchise community is critical, and you know how much that means to me. So it's my pleasure. I'm here. Use me, abuse me, and let's hit it.
Well, thanks, David. And Montreal is your hometown. How do you feel about having a convention back here after 6 years?
Yeah, well, we skipped because of COVID, but I love it here, and thankfully the weather is clearing. But for me, it's the greatest city in the world. The opportunities are wonderful here. We are truly bilingual. Bienvenue à Montréal pour toutes et tous. It's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity to showcase the city, and of course have a little good food, right? Because we're known for that. We had a great meal last night, and we got a few more lined up.
I am looking forward to that. I'm not going to lie. I haven't been to Montreal in a few years. I'm looking forward to the food for sure.
Yeah.
So this is unfortunately your last year as chair of the CFA. Now you are going to be obviously the past chair, so you're not going anywhere. But looking back, David, it's been 2 years as the chair, a number of years on the board.
Yep.
How do you feel about the last 2 years? What do you feel most proud of?
It's amazing. As you said, on Monday, Ryan Picklick will pick up the chair role from A&W. The 2 years have gone by in a blink. We've worked on a lot of stuff, and we will continue to work on a lot of stuff. The fact that you have the title of chair or title of past chair or whatever it is, we're a community and we're a team, and we work hard together to grow, protect, and enhance franchising in Canada. And I think we can be very proud of the work we've done in the last couple of years. I don't want to mention the C word, but coming off of some tough times, 20, 21, 22, the CFA stood up and really was there for their members. And coming out of it, we've stood up and been there for the members. We've had a lot of great meetings with different government organizations. We've been invited to consult. That's probably one of the biggest benefits that came out of that period, is the interaction we had with the government has opened us up to be truly recognized as a resource. They're actually calling and saying, hey, could this impact franchising? Do you have anything that you'd like to share with us? So it's always nice to be proactive rather than reactive. Pound of prevention is better than the cure, right? So it's great, and working with the board has been wonderful. And frankly, I'm not sure that much is going to change. I have been on the board for an extremely long time. I'm officially on the board at least for another 2 years as past chair. But all the past chairs are still very much involved in franchising. We live it, we breathe it. It's like a second family to all of us.
Well, and I have to say, as someone who is a member of the franchise community here in Canada, your time on the board has been transformational to the organization, David. So I'm standing here in the concourse of the 2024 convention, and I can tell you there's more booths than ever. There's more excitement than ever. Attendance is really high this year.
Attendance is really, really high. We're hitting almost 500 attendees, which is spectacular.
Well,
and everyone, I've been walking around this morning. They have me running, doing different things. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's happy. Like I said, the snow came in and went on Thursday. It's a nice day. It's a good city. It's a wonderful community. It's a great vibe, and everyone's charged up. Everyone's really, really, really on. Present and on and ready to roll.
Well, and you mentioned a few things over your tenure as chair. Anything that was a big challenge? Obviously, the C word was a huge challenge. Anything else you'd cite as something the CFA's had to overcome?
Another C word, but don't worry, it's not going to be a nasty one.
It's a G-rated show, David.
CEO engagement. One of the biggest things is getting into the C-suite, getting franchising out of the franchise development area and into really the C-suite, because it is so important to protect and to grow franchising as a business model. We've seen a lot of the stuff that's going on in the US. We don't want it to bleed over, but inevitably it does. We've got to really work together to protect this business model. You've seen some, I don't want to call it ugly, but there's no other word, ugly stuff going on in California that can really adversely affect the business model. Collectively, I think we have a responsibility of stewardship for the next generation of franchisees and franchisors to make sure that things are moving forward, that there's a clear understanding that franchising really is small business. It's about being in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And that it's a critical part of the Canadian economy. As you know, small business is a critical part of the Canadian economy, and franchising is a critical part of small business. So really, that's the goal, and it will continue to be the goal. So we have a lot of great CEO type sessions, and just expanding and growing and continuing. And really, post-COVID, it's been very strong. It's like a new breath of fresh air. And I'd like to use the opportunity to give a huge shout out also to Sherry, the president of the CFA. I mean, she does an amazing job. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody more passionate about franchising than she is. And she's the type of people that you want, running the ship, guiding us, leading us. The board does a lot of great consultative work, but at the end of the day, Sherry really does a lot of the heavy lifting. And God bless her. She's doing a great job for all of us.
Well, she works so hard, and she's always on, and she's always available, and she's always looking for the next way she can help the members. Absolutely tremendous asset to the franchising community across all of Canada. Yeah. So you mentioned Ryan. So Ryan Picklick, who's the incoming chair. Have you given him any tips? Have you given him any advice? Or are you letting him do his own thing?
Letting him do his own thing, but we've worked together collaboratively. He was the vice chair, so obviously it's very important. But we've also had a lot of conversations. You got to focus on getting stuff done. You can't do everything at once. There's a lot of work involved. My wife jokingly says, the phone rings, it's like my second wife, Sherry, calling. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes that thankfully our members don't see and don't need to see, but that keeps the engine running on franchising in Canada. So it's a big commitment, and honestly, I can't think of anyone I'd rather have follow me as chair than Ryan. He's very well established for it. Frankly, a little younger than me, so a different set of eyes and a different set of stuff.
Not better looking, no. Not better looking.
Listen, they only make a few perfect heads in the world. But no, I think it's great. And, I told him, two things. You got to take it slow because it moves really fast, but then you got to be fast because it moves really fast. Like, I find it amazingly hard to believe that 2 years are over like that.
It has gone fast. There's no doubt about it.
Which is, I guess, is a good thing, right? Nobody wants to like slow and boring.
I don't think you do slow and boring, David.
No,
I don't think
not
that's.
in my world.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. And so, for anyone who is watching, who's at the convention, any words of wisdom? What would you tell them about this year's convention?
Get involved, participate, speak to people, reach out. Membership. You're only going to get out what you put in. So if you sit around on the sidelines watching, it's going to be average. If you get involved, get committed, join committees, go to all the sessions, it's a wonderful, it's another family, it's a community, it's another group of people, and everyone really, we are stronger together. We work better together. It's a great collaborative community. Take advantage of it. You're here. Old Montreal's right behind us. Go see the city. It's beautiful. But don't miss the sessions. The sessions are key. We've got some great speakers. Local hotshot. Peter Mamis from Foodtastic. I'm hosting a couple of sessions with him this weekend. It's going to be incredible. And people always walk away with something. So the other thing I'd say is you're going to walk away with a ton of information. Pick 3 to 5 that you can truly execute over the next year. Focus on those and run from there. And it'll be a great, you will not regret for 1 second the time that you spent here in my favorite city, Montreal.
Well, thanks, David. Appreciate you taking the time.
Always a pleasure, my friend. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
And
oh yeah.
Thanks, everyone. See you around the convention.